Hello and welcome back to A Song for the Shadows. I'm Theo Thorson from the Gallant Goblin, and today we have our core cast. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great.
Good.
Yep, it's a good day.
Feeling
Thank you for-
incredible.
Good. We are full of Mexican, RG and I at least, are full of Mexican slash Indian food, which was not the wisest choice I've ever made in my life, but it was really good, wasn't it?
You're gonna have
It
to
was-
explain that fusion later.
It's
Scrumptious.
It's a place in town called the Twisted Turban. Oh, they're not paying us to say this, but it's really good. But okay, I got a question for y'all to get things started today. Has anyone seen that animated version of the TV show Clerks by Kevin Smith? You know the movie Clerks. Has anybody seen the animated version of that?
Parts of it, but not
Parts
all.
of-
I have not. No.
I have not even seen Clerks. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Archie.
So one of my favorite gags on that show was that in their very second episode, they turned it into a clip show. You know how like the old like Golden Girls and those would have their clip shows, like in season 7, 7, 8? They turned their second episode into a clip show. And unfortunately, that's what we had to do last week. I somehow managed to, 2 weeks outside of quarantine, go outside and catch strep throat. The day before our show, I was running 102-degree fever, sore throat, the whole works. And I didn't want to put on a half-baked show for all of you, so we ended up running our own clip show. We had a rerun, but now we're back. Everybody's 100%, right?
Yay!
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, good. This week, I want to welcome Ness to the show. How are you doing, Ness?
Doing really good. I'm very excited and also very nervous, but here I
Oh,
am.
no. Well, we spent the entire weekend playing Pathfinder. Do you think you still remember how to play D&D?
Oof. Give me like 30 minutes and I'll get it going. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I can adapt. Yeah.
All right,
Very
we'll
good.
get you. You don't have 3 actions anymore. You got to go back to the bonus action, the regular
We'll get
action.
there.
You got this.
That was a good life, but no.
I know,
just
right? 3
kidding.
actions is pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good to go back to D&D. It has its perks too.
Oh yeah, I think it's a good one. RG, how are you doing over there?
I'm feeling stunning. How are you? Upstairs
good.
neighbor.
You just had a birthday.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, RG.
Happy
birthday, RG. Thank you.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, Houston weather tried to rain on my parade, but that did not stop me from celebrating with my friends. We had a cute white and cream / khaki moment. Of course, I'm the extra person that has a dress code. But it was cute. It was fun. Spent time with friends and family. Of course, safe, of course, nothing too crazy because of COVID.
Oh, well, I'm glad you had a good birthday. I'm glad you could join us here today.
Of course, thanks for having me.
And since we last met, Alex, I see you're muted, by the way, too, just in case you didn't notice that. But
Sorry,
since
dog
we
was
last...
barking.
Oh, that's okay. I thought that was just Jack. But since we last saw you, you won Teacher of the Year at your school. Congratulations.
I did.
Yay.
You should win that annually, but how did that go? Was that fun?
It was really good. I was very, very happy to do it. It's a proud moment for my special education team as well, because our new Teacher of the Year was one of my, our new preschool aged special education teachers. So it was a very proud day for our SPED team on my
That's
campus.
awesome.
Aw.
Congratulations,
Yay.
well earned. Anybody who knows what special education teachers do, especially the ones working with those kiddos with, moderate to severe autism symptoms, and among other things, knows how hard you work in your team. So well earned. Congratulations to you and your whole team.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
And Jeremy, how are you doing today?
I'm awake.
You are awake. I was starting
And
we were
on time.
about 15 minutes ago. I was like, does somebody set Jeremy's alarm clock for him? Jeremy, what are you celebrating this week?
This week I'm celebrating not getting COVID yet, so that's
Yay.
great.
That's good.
Yay.
You're still out in
yeah.
Bangkok.
Still in Bangkok, still dealing with life and all that it entails. So
Oh,
yeah, but we're
Well,
staying
glad-
safe.
I'm glad you could join us today. Let me go on, do our announcements before we get started. So before we jump in, we have all of these new shows on Gilding Light this month, including ours, and they're all in celebration of bards. And our new Bard book for 5e is on Kickstarter right this very moment. Head to thebardbook.com to check it out. Sirens, Battle of the Bards. We're just racing past stretch goals, bringing in new guest authors, including recently we had Keith Baker. Elisa Teague, I think, is the current stretch goal last time I checked. Just some amazing talent to add to this book. And if you missed... by the way, not only our show is airing this week, but we also have the next show, The Mystery of Melody, which is DM'd by just the absolutely unflappable, unlike me, Miss Margaret Crone. Their next episode is Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Also here on the Gilding Light Twitch channel. Their first episode was absolutely amazing. And if you missed it, you can go check it out over on the Gilding Lights YouTube page. And if you missed our first episode, despite it airing twice, you can also see it on the Gilding Light YouTube page, or you can come to our own YouTube channel, The Gallant Goblin, where we also have cast interviews and an interview with Satine Phoenix talking all about the Bard book. And we also have an interview with her hubby, Jameson Stone, talking about their Warlock book, The Red Opera. So you can go check all of that out at the Gallant Goblin. And after the show today, you can come join the cast and me over at twitch.tv/thegallantgoblin for a little after party, a little Q&A. We're going to hang out and just reminisce about our good time tonight. And finally, you can help support my amazing cast here by donating, cheering, throwing bits into the air, and all those donations will let you influence the show. You can even like pass little mysterious messages to the player characters. And I'm going to let the mods correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe anyone in the chat room can just type !donate down there in the chat to bring up the donation link. If that is incorrect, I will let Michelle or DC, whoever's down in chat today, fix that for me. But you can also see all the details in that little box. I think is there below me too. And I think that's everything. Is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, I just want to say, Satine rated our so all their people that were watching her play Baldur's Gate just showed up, so that's pretty cool.
Hey, thank y'all for joining us today. Baldur's Gate's amazing too. I need to jump back into that. But for now, if that is everything, why don't we jump right into tonight's episode of A Song for the Shadows. So this is Carter's Crossing, the town of Carter's Crossing. And it's less of a small town, more of a way station at a crossroads. It's kind of a scattering of basic shops, but they're all closed due to the festival. And the only light comes from the Blooming Cow Tavern. And that's where you are working tonight. That's where you're performing tonight, group.
I see Fru over there. We need to catch up with them.
No, you don't see Fru, actually. You don't see Fru, but you do step through the front door and you're met by a roaring fire in the fireplace and festive banners all put around. The stage is prepared. You see your posters plastered all over the walls. You see the beer taps freely flowing, but there's not a single soul inside. Those tap kegs that we're talking about, they're just spilling on the ground. All of you hear a noise coming from below the floorboards.
Leave the bank, they said. Go investigate, they said. Greg, what good does this do me? Ugh!
Well, I'll go ahead and cast Knock and just open that door.
As soon as the door opens, you see a half-orc woman bracing herself, about to bear her entire body on the door, and as you open it, she just runs right through into the wall on the opposite side of the wine cellar. I've been trying to get out of that room for at least 45 minutes.
You know who we should talk to? The owner, Frazier Ashbourne. He has an answer for everything.
Where is he?
That's the question, isn't it?
Oh.
You open up the ledger or the journal, and it looks like it's full of old, yellow, crinkled, faded pages. And it's a family diary as you flip through it. There was a special family heirloom that was a wand. And it looks like the wand was able to somehow alter people's memories and behavior.
Do I remember seeing this wand ever? In person?
No, I don't think you do.
Well, considering what it does, I don't think I remember it either. But that's the problem. None of these numbers make sense. Or do they make sense, Theo?
I mean, they it's hard to say. Like, you can't imagine where he gets so much money coming in and out of this place. Like, based on his history, it doesn't make any sense.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This could be fraud.
You open the door, and on the other side, the room isn't empty anymore.
Oh.
You see a translucent, old-looking man, kind of bluish, little spectral energy coming off of him. You see little rats crawling on him up under his sleeves, and he looks out at Maud and says, "Why did you leave so soon?" And we'll see you next week, everybody.
Yes.
And welcome back, friends. It is time to put those imagination hats on and find your characters. Are y'all ready to go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So the five of you creep down into the basement, and kind of the same way that the Scooby Gang kind of all walks in lockstep down the stairs when they're investigating an abandoned house. And upon reaching that crypt door, you found some sort of apparition. He looks like a translucent middle-aged man just covered in rats that are running up and down his arms, in his sleeves, into his pockets, up his pants legs, just all sorts of creepy stuff. And he reached out to Maud and he said, "Why did you leave so soon?" And you turn to Maud, who's now just ghostly white. And she says, "I came to help with the books and to keep the accounts balanced. I did not sign up for ghosts. If you need me, you can find me back at the inn." And she turns and runs away. And Darius kind of looks back to her and then looks to you all and turns back to you and says, "It was a pleasure to meet you. Bye-bye." And he turns and he runs off following Maud. And as he runs away, you kind of hear his footsteps running away. And you kind of hear in the distance, you hear, "Maud, wait, have you ever considered forming a parody band? Wait!" And he runs off. So the ghost looks back to you. "Why did you leave so soon?"
Guys, he's talking to us.
We just got here.
"Are you from the party upstairs?"
Well, we're supposed to be the main attraction. Are you coming to see us?
We just got here. Nice to meet you.
"Oh, but I wish I could go to the party. I've never been to a real party before."
Oh, that's just
Oh.
depressing.
How can we help you?
You want to help me?
I mean, sure, if you've never been to a party.
You can join us. We're kind of fun. Right, guys?
For the most part.
What are your names?
I'm
I'm Oren.
Zilthara. Oh.
It's okay. Keep going.
I'm Wave. And you?
Oh, me? No one's really ever asked. My name is Caldus Ashbourne. It's a Pleasure to meet you. Please ignore the rats. They are not very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they have rabies.
Are they?
Cordis, have you been here a long time?
I feel like I have. I used to work here, day and night, night and day, to build a future for my family. I built this tavern. I taught my children and nephews how to cook and how to clean, how to craft beautiful pieces made out of wood, how to tailor fine clothes. But one evening, when I hadn't slept for many days, I was coming downstairs and I tripped on one of these infernal rats, and I fell down the stairs to where you're standing now. And I was fine. I stood up, but at my feet I could see my own body. And the rats soon came out to investigate, and
Oh no.
I was expired on the floor of my own tavern. My children and nephews interred me here in this old crypt.
Dear.
Oh no. So why did you decide to stay here?
Do you see the runes etched on the walls of this room? I'm trapped here. I cannot go anywhere else. It's so sad. I have so many regrets. I worked and I worked and I never enjoyed the fruits of my labors. I never sat and enjoyed a drink with my family. I never took time to make friends or sing songs. I never sat by the fire and heard tales of adventures from travelers and adventurers like you. And now the only friends I have are the rats here, and they lie, always lie.
They lie. What are they lying about?
About everything. Don't listen to them if they talk to you, but oh, how I wish I could go to the party.
The rats are talking to you?
What did they
Yes.
tell you?
They whisper lies into my ears, lies about what's going on, about my family. Just ignore them. I do.
Okay. Well, let's bring you to the party. Can we help you in any way, sir?
I think the only way I may be able to attend is if one of you invites me in.
Can I look at the runes that he pointed to?
Hmm.
Yeah.
See what they are?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
10.
10. Well, you see two sets of runes circling this room. There's a set of runes up by the roof, by the ceiling, and those are very elaborate and intricate. And then you see some other runes down on the floorboards along the wall by the floor. And those seem to be a little bit more utilitarian. But you're not sure with a 10 what they do necessarily.
All right.
And also looking into this room, give me a quick perception check.
16.
Okay, that's pretty good. Looking in this room, and I don't know if we got into this last week or 2 weeks ago, but this is not just an unused crypt for a cellar. It's a little bit chilly in the room, and you can see that they're using it to store wine. You can see storage boxes inside. They might be storing other things. All you can really see is the wine, but there's other boxes in there too. So this is definitely being used to store things. And this is where you found Maud last week too.
Right, locked inside.
Can I go through the boxes?
Sure, if you go inside, and he's kind of blocking the doorway, but if you want to, you can just push right through him. He's incorporeal. He's just apparitions. So if you push past them into the room, kind of pull out some of the boxes, you find definitely many bottles of wine. You also find cheeses. You find some vegetables. They seem to be using this as a cold storage room.
Interesting.
Are there any like names or anything like on the outside of the crypt?
No.
No.
So, how is the party going? It seems to have gotten somewhat quieter. I can still hear the voices, but it's not as lively as it was a while ago.
Hear voices? Because we can't hear any.
Yes, I still hear them, though it sounds like some of them are crying, perhaps.
Wait, upstairs there's nobody.
That's odd.
No, I can hear
Guys.
them. I hear them very clearly.
Where are they? Do you know?
I cannot leave this room unless one of you invites me in, but I hear them upstairs. Don't you hear their cries? Their voices?
Invites you in where?
Invites me into your body so that I can leave this room. Just temporarily, of course. But that would allow me to go upstairs to attend the party.
Oh my god. All right. Yeah, come here.
How are we feeling about this, guys?
I think this is gonna be a great
about
story.
that.
Wave, you're all right, allowing me inside.
Guys, wait.
You consent to let me control your body.
Control? Not
You
so
can
much.
expel me at any time. I will leave with your word, but that would
Sounds a bit
allow me to
fishy.
leave this place.
So if I let you hang out inside my brain and then we leave this area, then I can tell you to leave, but you won't be trapped in the crypt anymore?
I don't know how it'll work. I've never tried before. No one has ever invited me in before.
Oh.
Can I do an
Theo?
insight check?
Yeah.
Go, Jeremy.
Just wondering if there's any way for us to tell whether he's telling the truth.
Yes, you
But he's
can do
not
what's
gonna-
called an insight check.
Okay,
An
perfect.
insight check, it lets you kind of read their body language, read their facial expressions, and it'll kind of give you some clues. You can't read their mind.
Can we
unless you have
all
a
do
spell
that?
does that. If you're looking at them, yeah, I mean the three of you
Yeah.
can.
Wave
Okay.
is very trusting. She rolled an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
I am rolling as well.
I rolled a 2.
I
Oh, wait, hold
rolled
on.
a 19.
A 19. Okay.
A 5.
So
sorry.
for
A 5.
Zilthira and Wave, I mean, you're looking at an apparition, like reading body language, like his body's barely there. It's just kind of wavering. So it's really hard to judge anything. Oren, you haven't gotten any sense that he's malevolent in any way yet. He hasn't done anything threatening. It's hard to tell if he's telling the truth about everything, if he's holding anything back, but
Okay.
you don't feel like he's dangerous. You feel like he's sad.
Okay.
Okay, now I really want to do it.
I think we should do it, guys. I think, as someone who scored the lowest, I think we should
Go
do
right
it.
ahead, Wave. You can go have a ghost
You know
possess
what?
your body.
If anything, this is going to be a fun story to say. I've been possessed by a ghost. I can't wait till tell Fru. Fru's going to love it.
Oh.
All right,
Yes.
come on. Oh,
Yes,
wait.
Anne. All right. Come on, Mr. Ashbourne. I got you. I'm ready.
Oh, you can go, Zell?
Yeah.
All right.
Got the
you do it,
lowest.
girl.
Zilthira, you are allowing me to control your body.
Baby, you got it.
And you are in the room already. You know, he can't leave the room. So you're in the room and you kind of just stand there and you feel this chill pass over you. A little chill goes up your spine. And you kind of feel yourself stepping back inside your own body, like letting somebody else take the wheel for a moment. And he takes control of you for now. And you do feel like if you push, you could push him out if you feel like it. Like it doesn't feel like it's oppressive in any sense. And so if you ever decide to do that, you can let me know. But I will let you a little bit. You can kind of feel him now, so I'm going to let you role play him a little bit, and I will tell you a little bit about. You took this role on, Aji. Are you ready? So you get the sense he is just very sad. He is someone who never got a chance to experience life. He worked and worked and worked and worked and never sat down and had fun and never got to enjoy it. And so he just really wants to go upstairs and have a good time and maybe just hear stories from you all or let you entertain him. So why don't you all tell me kind of, you go upstairs, how do you try to help this older man have a nice evening? And what kind of things do y'all try to do? In this completely empty bar.
But he says he can hear other people.
Well, let's invite him on this mystery.
Yeah,
See if he can help us find others.
Thank you guys for letting me join the ride.
And one thing is, I will say though, that while he is in this corporeal body, he can't see what he saw before. He sees the same thing you all see upstairs. So he sees that this is an empty room, that nobody's here. And so, he's more confused than he was before. Maybe when he was in his apparition form, he could see more, but as he is, he can't hear those voices anymore. He can't hear the cries. He can't see anything. But you do, I think there's one thing that I failed to mention last week when you kind of were looking through this room. But the room is really made up to be the upstairs tavern, the main area. It's really made up to be a party. I mean, there's banners, there's posters up for you all. There's other posters up. There's one poster up that says, "Bring your troubles to Dr. Pointress. There's no problem he can't solve. Free consultations tonight only." So there's must be another act that whatever that is. You see little handwritten notes saying, "Come see Darius the Magnificent," up on some of the walls. So there's those things going on there too. So it's all made up. There's just nobody home. So just very briefly, tell me kind of we don't have to role play it out, but just tell me kind of what y'all do to entertain him.
Well then.
As bards.
Sure.
And as storytellers, individually even. So this is really Wave and Oren. Y'all are the only two here.
Should we do a little show? Sing a song? Do a dance?
Absolutely. If you want to, you sing, I will be the backup lights and dance for you. Let me get things ready. Let's see. Okay. We're ready to go.
Oh, Jeremy, do you have a song?
Maybe.
Did I put you on the spot?
I have a very short song.
Okay, I'm ready for this.
Welcome to the Blooming Cow. There's nobody here right now.
Thank you. I appreciate that song. A little off pitch, but it was good.
That's Zell shining through there.
Little pitchy dog. It's a little pitchy dog. You are definitely taking your first steps to join the Library Bards, I think. All right, so y'all sing a little ditty. What else do y'all do? He just wants to have a relaxing night with y'all.
I wanted to ask him if there was any place that he had always dreamt of going to.
Upstairs. With a party.
Can you hear the voices still?
Stop it, Silvira. I don't hear the rats anymore.
Okay, so I think I would tell him this huge story, very intricate story about a dinner party where there was a murder mystery going on, and they had to figure out who killed who and in which room with what weapon. Very Clue-esque, of course.
Nice. A little murder mystery. You
Little
gotta love one of
murder mystery
those.
going on. So he has a
So
taste of adventure along with coming out into the upstairs.
excellent. So y'all sing songs, you tell stories. Maybe you go and grab some bottles of mead. Maybe you sit by the fire and just sing some old dwarven mining songs. You just have a good old time of it. And after you've spent maybe an hour or two kind of just having a nice evening with him, he's ready to go back downstairs and allow Zolthyra to have control of her body back. And you go back down to the crypt, and because that's the only place that he is able to still manifest as an apparition, as a ghost. And he exits Zolthyra's body, and he says, "Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to experience that. And I think I have an idea on how you can hear the voices that I hear." And he reaches up and he grabs one of the rats that's on his shoulder, and he kind of takes the rat up and he squeezes the rat, and this weird mysterious oil comes out of it, out of its mouth, and he collects it in his hands and he hands it over to Wave. And Wave, do you accept this gift?
With the
Yeah, just like that.
like, oh, thank you.
And
That's
this oil is all in your hands. And then he grabs another rat from his pocket and pulls it out and
No.
just squeezes it. And all this oil comes out and he collects it and he hands it over to Oren. Oren.
Oh, thank you so much.
And this oil, why don't y'all give me Arcana checks on it?
I rolled an 8.
All right.
I rolled a 15.
15. Okay. So Wave, at least you recognize this. You've never seen it quite in this form or from this source, but this is oil of etherealness. And you know that if you apply it, you can enter into the ethereal plane. And the ethereal plane is a plane of existence that's just kind of catty cornered to our plane, to the material world. And so you, if you'd like, you can apply that.
Well, and guys, this will let us see into like a different plane.
I'm doing it. Woohoo!
Here, look, I was to say we should do each other.
Can you get my back?
There you go.
It reminds me of New Year's in Osaka many years ago when a friend of mine were in a public bathroom putting face paint on each other. That's the only Halloween outfit we could find. And we were just painting up each other's faces.
Hey,
No,
it's a good time.
you all apply this.
Rub oil on everybody.
This is a song for the
Very-
shadows after dark all of a sudden.
Hey,
And-
the ghost wanted to see a show, okay?
He hasn't had a good time in a long time. So you all oils over your body, but when you do start to hear whispers and silent, very quiet sobs coming from upstairs.
Wait, question. He didn't give me oil, right?
Oh, sorry, he does give it to you too as well. I'm sorry.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
He gives you his one as well.
Okay.
I forgot that you are in control of your body again. So yes, you do get one
I
as well.
know. Okay.
So yeah, sorry to leave you out there. So you get another squeezed rat, hands over the oil, and you can apply it. And once you all do apply it, you do hear those voices from upstairs.
Let's go find him.
Can you hear those
Go.
voices? Let's go.
Okay. So you go upstairs and you suddenly see a room full of people, but they're not having a good time. They are sitting at tables. Many of them just have their hands on their heads, or they're kind of rocking back and forth in the corners. They're all a little bit ghostly too. And you kind of look down at yourself and you're kind of a little bit ghostly as well. And off on the side, you also see someone who looks familiar. Nestor, why don't you describe what they see when they look at your character?
All right. So you guys are very familiar with Thru, and Thru is, a spring eldritch. She's always having flowers on her head. There's a bunch of petals sometimes falling off her dress. but this time, Fru is not looking that lively. Fru instead looks very pale. Like she looks, she has a pale blue skin. She has white hair. She's not as lively, and she's just very distracted right now. She's just looking around the room as if she's looking for something.
Fru's in her winter look.
Oh, Fru, are you
What
okay?
happened?
I'm gonna go run straight towards Fru
Yeah.
Yeah,
and see if
I will too.
we can interact with her.
Well,
Fru, what happened?
at first she doesn't even gets the message that you are there yet. It takes her a little bit, and then she like sees you, and she's like, uh, uh, so Taida, can you see me?
I see you. What's wrong? What?
Oh no, what are you doing here? This was not supposed to be like this. Oh no. And then she like goes to you and hugs you, and but like stays very close to you, and she's just like grabbing you. And then she starts looking around the room, and she's like, no, my friends, you're not gonna take them.
Who's
Oh my
taking
God.
who, girl?
What are you even talking about? Come on, tell me something.
Took you so long to get here?
We got rat oil on us right now. We
Oh my
couldn't
God.
see you until we got the rat oil. What's happening?
This
We're kind of slippery.
the shadows. The shadows are taking everybody.
The shadows?
Yes, the
Are they?
What do you
wind
mean by
and the
that?
shadows, and Fraser was here too, and my friend, my friend Callistra, she's gone too. Have you seen her?
No,
We couldn't
just
see
got
anybody
here.
till right now.
Tell us
no.
what Fraser was doing.
Oh no. And again, you were not supposed to be here. I
Can I
tried to contact you. I was making noises, but I don't know. I you were not responding. Okay, let me
We want to
start
help.
from
Tell
the
us
beginning.
what to do. Yeah.
I guess you're here already. Okay, so remember I left our previous establishment, and I came here to the Blooming Cow to set everything right.
Mm-hmm.
I found a group of people. They were just gathering here. They were kind of sad. They were not enjoying themselves. It was a very gloomy type of environment, and so
Okay.
I did what I always like to, I just
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
dancing and tried to cheer them up. Even Fraser was here. He was a little frantic, but
Okay.
I think he was just trying to be a good host. But then, as I'm dancing around, I started feeling this chill wind. It was a very cold breeze that engulfed the room, and then everything just went dark. And when the lights came back up, I couldn't see any color. Everything was just gray. And people started feeling a little sadder than what they were looking like before. And the strangest thing happened. I went to my friend Callistra to go hug her, and I noticed that she was not sitting down on her chair. She was just going through it. She was just passing through the chair, and then I saw some people walking through the wall, and here I am. And then I saw this little halfling dancer in the corner, and as I'm trying to approach him because he was crying, he looked at me, and a shadow just passed by, and in just a split second, he was gone. he was all gone. He was not there
No.
anymore. So
Definitely looking around at the corners right now of the room.
it's I'm afraid that might eventually happen to us if we stay here for too long. It happened to Frazier. He started screaming, "What have I done? What have I done?" And then the shadow took him too. And then I turned back to my friend. She started crying, and then I went to her. And as soon as I got there, the shadow took her too. So it keeps happening. I'm very afraid. And then you guys showed up, and I tried to contact you, but you couldn't hear me, and until now. And unfortunately, you might be in danger as well.
You also, at this point, you see a few other people standing up and kind of walking toward you all. And one woman walks up to Oren and she says, where did you come from? You weren't here before. Where did you come from?
We're here to help.
Are we dead? Are we all dead? Is
I
this the
don't- I don't-
afterlife?
I'm not
Oh.
sure. I don't think you're dead yet. But we'd
Alex,
like to
or-
keep that from happening.
Waven, Oren, and Zelthyra, if you are trained in Arcana, give me an Arcana check. Are y'all trained in Arcana?
Yeah.
Not me.
Not
I-
much.
not much.
Oh,
Wasn't
but I
able
rolled a
to.
19, so
Okay. So maybe this is
It's
what you.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it for me.
I had a 10.
Okay.
I got a 20.
Okay.
Wait, did I want to? No, wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I did get a 20.
Okay. So, what you heard from
Ooh,
Fru
she's
about
smart
everything?
cookie.
What you heard from Fru about everything kind of appearing gray and colorless. You look around the room here, and you are in the same room, but again, everything is gray and colorless. But you all know, all of you do, because this is a relatively, it's not common knowledge, but among those who have studied at least somewhat in the arcane, you would know that this is the ethereal plane. It's just, catty corner to the real world. And sometimes you can travel there through portals, through putting the oils on like you did, which is temporary. So it's not the afterlife, it's just a different plane of existence. And so you must think like somehow all these people, including Fru, got shunted into the ethereal plane against their will. And you don't know how or why, but they don't understand what's happening. And they don't know how to get home.
Hmm.
Fru, you said Frazier was saying, "What did I do? What did I do?"
Yes. At the beginning, I thought he was just, he was a little upset because the people were not cheering up. They were all just sad. I think it's because they maybe don't like the planting season festival. But then when we got here, he just started, pacing left and right, thinking maybe something went wrong. And he didn't explain too much about it. He just started yelling, "What have I done?" Do you think he was responsible for this?
Maybe.
I think this might have something to do with the wand we learned about earlier.
I would say so.
What wand?
We found a diary, and it talked about a wand that could change the way people act and think.
Does it say anything about shadows?
It didn't, but didn't we hear about an old story about things getting possessed?
You're thinking about the scarecrows, the old
Scarecrows,
the
that's
old
right.
superstition about the scarecrows.
Mm.
But you all, I think, probably would know as people trained in the arcane that the wand seemed to be a wand that maybe like a wand of command or a similar thing that could compel people to do things against their will. But it doesn't necessarily explain how people would get shunted to the ethereal plane.
Hmm.
And
Oh.
this woman's still standing next to you, Oren, and
Can
says,
I talk to her?
"Yeah." She's just kind of there next to him, but you can come up. Did you say something you want to say?
So, hello, person. What happened to you? What can I persuade you to tell us? What's going on? Clearly, it seems like you've been here for a while, and we're quite lost. So, help us, please.
We don't know. My name is Valuria, and we just came to the festival I didn't want to be at home tonight. I've been working on my books and trying to finish this book I've been writing for forever, and I can't. I'm blocked. I don't know what else to write. I'm run out of ideas, and I just wanted to get out of the house. I was alone, so I thought I'd come here tonight. I was feeling a little down. I saw that they had someone who promised to help make us feel better. They had a coach or some sort of counselor or
doctor?
something.
Wait,
The Dr. Pointress they were advertising.
Dr. Point.
And
is that
so-
who tried to make you feel better, Val? If I can call you
Yes,
Val.
yes. He talked to me. I talked all about my writer's block. I talked about being lonely and running out of inspiration. And he listened to me and just asked me more questions.
If I
But-
may Miss Valuria, did he
Sure.
do anything to try to help you?
Yeah, I don't remember. He listened to me and asked questions. He didn't really, I guess, do much else. But-
Hmm.
Is he here? Is he
Yeah,
around here?
he's give me a perception check, Fru. Fru knows who he is.
Hmm?
18.
18. You look around and you don't actually see him. He was there earlier. He was there after the shadows passed over the tavern. You saw him talking to Fraser, but you don't see him now.
And I don't remember seeing him being taken by a shadow. Is that
You
right?
you don't know. You didn't see that either, but it is one of those things that happens in the blink of an eye
Right,
that it's
right,
possible
yeah.
you missed it, but you
Okay.
don't see him now.
Well, guys, I did see him talking with some people, and it's strangely for a doctor that is supposed to, be a counselor. He would listen to a lot of their problems, but he wouldn't suggest a lot of solutions. And I mean, what is the point of a doctor if he doesn't heal you?
Hmm.
You know. But we need to find my friend. She needs to make amends with her family, and I don't know where has been taken, where she has been taken, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I was hoping that maybe you would know.
Do you know if we're dead or where we are? You seem to know more than the rest of us.
Well,
Where are we? Are we dead?
You're
This
not
is-
dead.
We're not.
You're in. No, you're in the ethereal plane.
What is
and-
that? I don't know what that is.
It's a place
in
between. Yeah.
Yes.
We
that.
think we can get you back, but we have to figure
Oh.
out what's going on with these shadows that are taking people.
Give me a quick persuasion check. See if you can persuade her that she's not really dead. That there's.
I
hope.
have a 18.
18.
Hey.
Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, you talk to her, you maybe say a little bit more to really persuade her that she's not really dead and that there is hope that she can get back. And so she's really there's a way back. Are you sure?
90% sure yeah.
That's
Can
such a
we-
and you suddenly see a bit of light shining from her chest and you see a little glow emanating from her and she looks down at herself.
Oh no.
She looks around and she's like, are you still there? Are you still there? And she walks up and you see her pick up something off the table and she goes and pushes a chair and it moves. And she's, I hope you're all okay. I hope you're okay. I'm gonna go home now. Please, best wishes. I don't know what to do for you, but I'll go get help. I'll go get help. And she goes and opens the door and runs out.
Oh,
Guys,
crap.
just see that?
Where-
Y'all see what I
I
see?
feel like
What
the
just happened?
happiness and the hope brought her back.
That makes sense.
You were
the
saying
first
here
guy,
earlier
yes.
it was really sad and dark in the space,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The first guy that got taken by a shadow was crying in the corner, and Frazier was just screaming and yelling, "What have I done?" And my friend, she was very sad because apparently she had stolen money from her family, and they kicked her out, and she used that to pay some debt that she had for the Blooming Cow. She doesn't recall why she did it, but she did it, and then she just started crying, and she thought that this was her punishment, and the shadow took her. So
Hmm.
I don't
Let's-
know.
You know what?
Should
Let's ask around first and see who's missing. And then I think we need to put on a show, guys.
I
And
think
you
so
also know
too.
that this oil of etherealness is only going to last for a few more minutes.
Oh no.
You're running out of time on it.
That means we're not going to see them anymore, huh?
We've got to save these people.
Bro, you said you could see us even though we couldn't hear you.
Yes.
You could can you hear us when we're not here?
Mm-hmm.
Could I?
Yeah,
Yes.
you could hear them. They just couldn't hear you.
Okay. Well, I think if we talk, even if our time here runs out, they can still hear us, and we can still try to get them across. But
Yeah.
let's see who all's been taken
Well,
by these shadows, why we can still talk to everybody.
Exactly. We got to uplift them too.
Mm-hmm. Right? And
And-
we'll
Yeah.
get your friend back through, I promise. We're gonna.
Sure. Is
Is
it
there-
safe to leave this place without my friend?
Thea, was
Well,
there anybody
we're
else
not
we
gonna
can
leave
see?
without her.
I mean, you see Valuria that you were talking to. You also see a very small halfling, even small for a halfling. He's got long dark hair with these streaks of blue and pink in his hair. You see an older male gnome sitting in the corner. You see a teenage human woman wearing a long, simple, long black dress. Her hair's pulled back into a ponytail. You see the biggest elf you've ever seen in your life. He's like 6'6", rippling muscles, big thick legs, standing in the corner, like trying to push on like the table and he can't get anything to move. You see a teenage boy with a kind of round face and messy hair. He's wearing like a silly like floppy hat on one side. So you see a bunch of people in the room and they're kind of either talking to each other or they're listening to you coming up or they're, sitting in the corner rocking. So you see quite a lot of people, but you're also running out of time.
Okay, we need a performance then. Right now, Arin, I know you do the vocals, and Wave, you can
All right, I'll
assist
start. Yeah, we'll start
Yeah.
some
with the lights.
motions.
So
You
Talia,
do it.
if we can dance. Okay, let's get moving.
As you do that, you hear a sound of that noise, and you turn around, and that big, strong elf you saw before, you feel this kind of flash of, you see this flash of darkness, and you feel this chill air pass you as he just vanishes into nothingness.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, no.
What
guys,
did we do?
I can try something. Because it seems like when they get really angry and stuff, that those things are coming. I can try to calm everybody, just as long as they're within 60 feet of me.
It's a small room, so let's try that first. As I start dancing, trying to cheer people up.
Okay. So you cast. So I think we're running a little low on time. So as you cast Calm Emotions, is what you're casting.
Yes.
Okay, you cast Calm Emotions. Fru, you dance and try to cheer people up. Zelthyra, Oren, what do y'all do?
I try to talk
And
to
I-
people who
Okay,
are
you talk to
seeming checked
people.
out. Yeah.
And reassure them the way that you did the woman
Mhm.
earlier, Valoria.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I said you saw Valoria earlier. She left. So yeah, just to remind y'all. And Zelthyra, what do you do?
I'll be singing to them.
You sing to them? Okay.
Mhm.
So you take a moment and you all go through these rituals. You talk, you help, you dance, you sing, you use your arcane abilities, your innate abilities to try to help bring their emotions down so they don't become overwhelmed with despair or anger. Zelthyra, do you have something you were gonna add?
Oh no, I was just like practicing on my singing.
Okay. And as you do see several of the people, they glow with that white energy and they're transported back to the material plane as you help them out. You see like the young halfling man just goes back. The young human boy with a floppy hat goes back. And most everyone at this point has gone back, but at that moment, at the back of the room, you see this swirling vortex of shadow begin to take form. And you see these little bolts of purple electrical energy dancing around it.
No.
And
no.
as this swirling thing opens, you see a figure kind of appear right at the event horizon of the vortex. And it looks like a slender, white-haired elf steps up to it. And Fru, you recognize this person as Dr. Pointress from earlier, the self-help person. And he's right beyond the shadows, and you see him walks up and he goes, "It appears you're almost as good as inspiring hope as I am at snuffing it out. I am tired of your interference. If you hadn't arrived, I'd be on my next job by now. So let's cut to the chase, shall we? These shadows, they don't answer to me. They respond to despair. You want to save those who are dragged away. You're welcome to go after them. Step through the portal. But I know you have your shadows too. I've seen them. Your fears, your doubts. Wave, always chasing stories to fill the emptiness of your reality. Oren, such a disappointment to your family. No matter how much they smile at you, you know they're always whispering behind your little back. Zelthyra, never wanted, always someone else's dirty little secret. And Fru, always losing the people you promised to protect. So you can go. You can go try to save Frasier and his sad marks. But the darkness within each of you will only grow the further you get from the light. Are their lives worth risking yours? And he puts his arms back and he passes back into the portal.
I don't like that guy.
He just read me for Phil.
And the portal is still there swirling around.
Let's go, guys.
I am going
We
in.
go.
Let's go. I'm ready. I'm gonna
Stay
find him.
positive, guys. Stay positive.
So you all
We're gonna sing the whole time.
you get a song in your
We
heart
got it.
and you leap into the vortex and you find yourself pulled forward. You're like in a free fall, but the gravity every few moments starts to shift from one direction to another, pulling you in different directions. And as you fall and you move and you fall and you move through the shadow, through this vortex, through this purple sparkling electrical energy, you suddenly see a flash of light off to your right-hand side, something different. And you feel yourself pulled in that direction suddenly. And you each feel yourself expelled from the portal into an entirely different land. You land hard on the ground and you pull yourself up onto your feet and you see these strange arcane runes underneath you. Maybe some sort of summoning circle. Looks a little familiar possibly to some of you. And there are several strange robed figures standing around you. Their hoods are all pulled down to hide their faces. and there's one who's wearing more ornate robes than the others. And that one looks over to the other figures and says, well, it appears your plan worked perfectly. Welcome, Lights. Thank you for joining our mission into the shadows. And next week, we'll be joined by a special guest playing this character. The mistress of mirrors herself, Miss Satine Phoenix, will be joining us.
Yay!
So thank you all for joining us today. Don't miss the next episode of our show. Same time, same channel next week. And later this week, you have the Mystery Melody here at 7 p.m. on Wednesday. You can join the cast and crew of our show here in about 5 or 10 minutes over at twitch.tv/The Gallant Goblin for a little after party and Q&A. And go check out Siren's Battle of the Bards at thebardbook.com on Kickstarter. Help us reach those stretch goals. Thank you to DC, to Michelle, to Satine, for my cast here, for making all this possible. And thank you at home for watching. If I don't see you all before then, have a happy Mother's Day this weekend. And until next week, or until our after party, or until I see you over at the Gallant Goblin, please stay safe, have fun, love each other. And I'll see you next time here at the Gilding Light. Say goodnight, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Good night,
everybody.
Night.